Hello, everyone, and happy Wednesday. I hope all of you are doing well. I hope everyone's having a great day. So, hello to whoever just came in. Let me pull up you guys' comments on my phone. Share me out if you can do so. It will be greatly appreciated if you do that. And there is one place I did not share myself out to, so as we wait for people to come in, I'm gonna share myself out to the last place I did not. Does anybody actually feel tired today? Because I know I do. Like, today has been a very long day. And if hello to who else just walked in. I'm actually going to pull up you guys' comments on one of these devices because I've noticed. Hey Taylor, how are you? Yeah, so hello Whitney. I'm actually gonna have a guest on the panel, but today when he comes in, I'm gonna give you guys the rundown like I normally do as we get started. And if you are wondering why I have earphones in my ear, because before I was going live, I had my prep music in my ear. So if you guys don't know what my prep music is, like before I film videos or go live, I listen to a uplifting song, a gospel song, whatever one's on my playlist at the moment. So that's usually what I prep to do before I go live or film a video because it just gets me in the mood to be there. So let me tell you guys the rundown of things, some rules I need to go over while we wait for people to come in. If anybody was a mod in my channel, I took all my mods away and I will slowly add them in when they come in. But I took all my mods off because I noticed that mods can still delete comments when I am not live. And so I took all my mods off just as a precaution. So if anybody is missing their blue boots and you know you had them, it's nothing personal. I took all my mods away just as a safety precaution. And Wisdom Wednesday last week, I liked doing it live, and the friend that's going to come up here and be on the panel with me today, he asked me would I do it live, and I told him I would, and he sort of kind of put this topic in motion. Taylor says, let me put some of you guys' comments up while I'm talking. Taylor says, I'm good. We're supposed to get some bad weather tonight due to Hurricane Laura. I heard about that. And Taylor, I was actually going to text you earlier to make sure you and your family were safe. But I've been babysitting all day and it kind of slipped my mind about the text message. But I was going to ask you about that. Like, are you and your family safe from the hurricane? And all of that. And so I took off my mods away just as a safety precautions, nothing personal. And I'll slowly add them back in as I see them pop into the chat. But then I'll take them away when this live is over, just to be safe. And so today's topic is knowing your worth. And the friend I was talking to, we were talking about that, and we were just having like a general conversation about like when you're making choices, like when you're younger, choices are made for you and you allow other people's opinions to take over. And then sometimes you get yourself stuck in situations that you feel sometimes that you're not strong enough to get out of. So that's how we kind of got on the subject of knowing your self-worth, because when you feel strong about things, it's easier for you to get out of something that you don't want to be in or stand up for yourself. Hello, Eat to Live Strong. How are you? I hope you got most of your editing done that you needed to get done. And let me turn you back blue before I forget. Yeah, you already know why I took all the mods off. But okay. So you should be back blue now. And hello to everybody else that just popped in. So we do have a featured channel. I don't see the featured channel is, and since I know my subscriber count has changed, let me explain what the featured channel is. Instead of me dropping a link to show somebody's channel, each time I go live, I pick a channel just at random, and they're the featured channel, so their link will be in the description of this video, of this live, and it's the George family. Hello, Living Better. How are you? Okay. And Living Better, I know your shoes are off. Let me turn them back on. Hello, Monsoon Ahmad Music. How are you? So, the featured channel was chosen at random, and it is the George family. The George family is a family of 3, and they do family videos and a whole bunch of other videos. So if you want to check their channel out, their channel will be in the description. That's right. Living Better is telling everyone to share out the live. So what? I know all of you looked at the title. So before we get into the whole discussion, what did y'all think? What was the first thing that came to y'all mind when y'all saw the title of this live? I'm curious. So that's the first question. We're going to start with that question. What was the first thing y'all thought of when y'all thought about the title? I'm okay. I'm doing okay. So that's the question I want to know. When y'all first saw the title of the live, what was the first thing that came to your mind? I'll start. The first thing I thought about when I was having this discussion with my friend is that's a really strong thing to think about. It's one of the hardest things to know about yourself, and it's one of the hardest things to find is finding your own strength and to be comfortable in yourself, to know that you don't have to settle for anything less than what you deserve. So when me and my friend were having this conversation, when he mentioned it and we was having this long discussion just about how we've changed over the years, what's different about us personally is just how when you're younger, your influences are based upon what you grew up knowing, and then it's based upon somebody telling you or teaching you what's right from wrong, or it's basically a bunch of people sometimes thinking that they know what's best for you. And you fall into the whole idea of maybe these people know better than I do. Maybe these people know myself better than I do. But when you get, well, at least for me, when I got around about, I'll say about 14 years old. Hello, Jasmine Nicole, how are you? So when I got around about 14 years old, I was like, I felt like I was ready to start making decisions for myself. I felt like I gained a whole bunch of independence that I didn't have before, because I used to say pretty much yes to everything. And then when I got confident enough to say the word no, and that if somebody's not treating me right, to be able to say something. Okay, let's see what people are saying. Ooh. Whitney, well, Life on Wheel says, I learned that with my business, I'm still trying to get it going. Everyone wants a discount or free, but I have to remind myself I'm running a business, not a charity. That is true, but sometimes in a business, you have to finding your voice in your business and being able to speak. You created a business. I'm not sure why you created a business, but I would think you created your business so you can have some sort of independence or some sort of freedom into being able to work for yourself. But at the same time, with working for yourself, sometimes you have to be able to speak up for what you feel is right for your business and yourself. So if you feel as though, like you said, you're running a business, not a charity, you have to learn how to make your prices affordable for people so they don't feel like they're spending a lot of money, like an extreme amount of money for something that they want to purchase, but also know giving them the quality and the understanding that you would want someone to give you. With the whole business thing, it's definitely a balance act. So you'll figure it out as you go along when it comes to, am I doing the right thing for myself? And am I giving my customers something that I would want to see myself? Or am I treating them the way I want to be treated? So it's definitely a balance from being a human being and a businesswoman. But sometimes you just can't blur those lines. But I understand where you're coming from. But that definitely is a strength. Let's see. Everybody speaking to each other. Taylor says, knowing yourself and your inner strength. I would agree with that too. But you definitely have to get to know yourself because you can change. Sometimes people change overnight, people change just within hours. Whatever you go through in your life does shape you and mold you. So sometimes you can start off not knowing what you feel is right. And then as you grow along, things change. Like, I feel like certain experiences in my life have definitely changed me and in me knowing that people just don't have to be mean to you just because they feel as though you're shy, you're quiet, or that they just feel as though you're completely different from you, so now they can walk all over you. No, it doesn't work like that. It definitely used to get to me when people were like, well, let me tell you how you're supposed to feel. Nobody can tell you how you're supposed to feel because they're not in charge of your feelings. Your feelings are your feelings and you're entitled to that. So grabbing that power and strength back from people always telling you what's right and what they feel is right for you is like standing in your own worth and knowing that you're strong enough to be as independent as you want to be, which is great in itself. But getting to that point is the hard part. Getting to that point is like knowing that what you feel right now isn't going isn't going to change. Uh, like when Will says, "LOL, I've always been stubborn, as you know." Yes, I am definitely aware that you are stubborn, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with being stubborn. I can be stubborn when I want to be, but at the same time, I know that even if somebody's trying to downplay or make me feel less than, I kind of have to remove my stubbornness to get my point across. Because if I'm stubborn, I'm just going to be like all up in my feelings and not be able to stand there and say, no, I don't like this, or this is how I feel, and I want you to listen to me. I still have to be respectful in that sense. But if I let my stubbornness or my feelings take over too much, I'm going to lose all the power that I've gained in speaking for myself because I allowed my emotions to take over, and I just want to be able to get my point across. But getting my point across still means that I have to be able to keep the mind frame of I have to treat people the way I want to be treated. Um, let's see. Hi, honey lemon tea. How are you? I hope you are doing well. Let's see. I love your hair. Thank you, Life on Wheels. I'm actually getting used to my hair being like this because this is really my natural hair, and this is like what it looks like before you wet it and straighten and all that. So I don't usually wear my hair like this, but honestly, today it is just too hot for me to want to be doing anything to my hair. and I have to wash it because I just took braids out of my hair. But this is what my hair actually looks like before it's washed or straightened. Yes, the curls have started to fall, but yeah. So wearing my hair like this is unusual because I don't ever let my curls show unless somebody's actually curling my hair. So getting used to my own curls has been a journey in itself. Yeah, but thank you. Taylor says, I'm stubborn too. It's a Taurus thing. LOL. I don't know if stubbornness is a Taurus thing because I'm an Aries, but I think I get it from my parents because my parents can be stubborn. So it could be an astrological thing, but I think there's a lot of signs in the zodiac that are naturally stubborn. But it's kind of like you always have to break down those walls. Like sometimes being stubborn is not allowing you to express yourself because it's easy. It's easy for me to walk away when I'm being stubborn. I don't want to hear it. I'm closed-minded. I don't want to hear it. I just want to be left alone. And then once I calm myself enough, then we'll deal with it. But in that moment, I don't want to hear it. So if I'm going to be stubborn when I'm trying to express myself because there's something I want to change, I kind of have to remove myself enough to be like, I can't be stubborn in this moment because I have to collect all the strength and power I need in the moment to be like, this is the way I see it, and come to some sort of compromise, whether I'm compromising with myself or I'm compromising with somebody else. Because sometimes you just have to agree to disagree. And it's hard when you disagree, especially if you sitting here having a conversation with yourself and we have all done it, like we sitting here making lists. I don't know if okay. It says I have been too. I'm rude, but I don't agree with that. But everyone's entitled to their opinion. Well, Whitney, if you don't agree, let's discuss. If you want to come up here, I'll drop the link. But I definitely want to hear more about your opinion. So let me drop the link. If you don't agree, that is perfectly fine. I am open to all opinions when it comes to this because that's what Wisdom Wednesday is for. It's to have those hard conversations that you would not have otherwise. And it's also for everyone to, the link is there. It's also for everyone to share their opinion. Because I understand that everybody's going to agree. And if everybody agreed and everybody saw things the same exact way, then we would be a perfect society. Hold on, guys. Let me bring up Whitney. Hello.
Hi. I got my hair done like extra face.
It looks nice. Are you actually gonna let your hair grow back at some point?
I don't know. I
Okay.
kind of like it short, but I know a lot of people don't like it short. But at this point, I don't even care anymore. Like, it's my hair, so it's gonna be short.
Right. That is right. It is your hair.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I have been told by many people that I am rude. I don't agree with that, but you know, it is what it is.
So why? So Tom, hello, David. David, if you click the link, you can come up too. Just if you still see the link in the chat, let me know if you don't see it. But tell me why you don't agree.
I don't agree because I'm a joking person, so I might say something, but I'm joking, and then people take it the wrong way. But it's like it's a joke. You can't get in my mind. I'm just like it's a joke.
I
So
can
I
understand
don't.
that. I can understand that. But I guess for me, it's hard to know when people are joking, especially if I don't know them. Like, if I don't know you, I can't tell when people are joking. And sometimes I feel like when people say they're joking, I'm like, are you really joking? But are you trying to laugh it off so it doesn't come off rude? So I really don't understand when people say that sometimes. I'm like, are they really saying this because that's how they really feel and they're not trying to make it rude as I think it is? So they're trying to make it all sweet and nice and put a rainbow on it so it doesn't come off as rude, but that's really how they feel. But if they would have said it the way they said it, it sounds rude. So I'm always confused.
Yeah,
Unless,
because
unless I
there's
know.
always two sides.
Yeah, there's definitely always two sides.
Yeah. I really do like my hair short. I look older.
Yeah, it's definitely different. Even though you've had it short for a couple of years now, I'm still
Well,
not
it
quite used
actually
to.
grew back. Like I had it long the beginning of this year. Like it was really long, and then when this coronavirus hit, I was like, no, I have to do something with it because we couldn't go to the hairdresser, so I couldn't get my hair done. So my dad just cut it.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
So, do you think? So, the question I'm trying to think of the question. So, do you think when you are joking, did that make you feel misunderstood, or?
I did think I misunderstood. Yeah,
Mm,
I did. But
so,
I don't know. It's like it's one half of me that's like I should care, but then there's another half of me that's like I don't care. Good.
so are
It's
you
like
not caring because you're not worried about how other people feel, or is
yeah.
it just
It's, it's like
because?
I mean I know other people want me. They care about how other people feel about me, but deep down, I just honestly though, because I guess I've always been different. So I'm used to being different. Like I'm used to people talking about me because I mean I'm in a wheelchair. I talk different. I don't do everything the same as everybody else. So I'm used to it. So it's like the things that other people care about, like they're like, oh, you should act this way because it's normal or whatever. I just honestly don't care anymore.
I can understand that. I don't necessarily care what people think about me, but I don't want to come off as a rude person as deflecting what someone says about me. If they say something about me, then I'm going to be like, well, that was rude. I would never speak to about you in that way, and you're entitled to your opinion, but manners don't cost you anything. So you being rude is just being disrespectful. But you don't have to pay to be nice to someone.
Yeah.
So, in turn, I would never want to be mean to someone because I would never want to treat me mean. And I feel like if I'm nice and they're a mean person, eventually, if they see me enough being nice to them, hopefully some of my kindness that I've given them will rub off on them to where they won't, in turn, be mean to the next person.
True. Yeah, I try not to be mean to anybody.
Okay, let's see what Taylor says. Taylor says sometimes one person can like you and someone else can see something about you that they can't stand. LOL. That is true. Everybody is not going to like you. And technically, you don't have to please anyone because you're the only person that has to deal with you if you want to be just you. So I can see that, but but sometimes knowing your own worth means that you have to look at your own self and look at your own reflection to be like, well, if everybody else is downplaying my feelings or putting me in my feelings, do I actually dislike or like what everybody's saying about me? And do I want to take the initiative to change it? It's all about looking at yourself in the mirror and looking back at your own reflection. Do you actually, not in the physical sense, I'm not talking about your physical features, but when you look at yourself in yourself in the mirror, do you actually like the person in the mindset that you're in? Do you actually like the person staring back at you? Or do you just don't care?
Yeah, I mean, the most important thing is that you like yourself.
That is true. Honey Lemon Tea says, I agree. Eat Live Strong says, I do not let people bother me no matter what they say or do. That is true. But I think that was hard. Harder when I was younger. Now, I don't really let people affect me as much. But when I was younger, I would cry at a drop of a hat. Just because people were always constantly saying something.
Yeah. And I was the opposite. I was the angry child, so I'll be ready to fight you. Like,
yeah, I wasn't angry. I wasn't angry as a child, so it just wasn't. I was that child that didn't like to be yelled at, didn't like to be screamed at. Now that I'm older, don't yell at me, don't scream at me, don't do none of that. I'm not gonna argue with you. I might even hang up a phone before we even get into an argument just to avoid arguing with you. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna sit here and go back and forth with you because you're gonna think you're right, and then it's just gonna turn me off because I'm gonna feel as though I'm right, and then you gonna feel as though you're right.
well, I think it depends, like, on what you were raised. Like, my grandmother is like, she's the type of person that would literally argue with you over anything. It doesn't matter what it is. She wants to be right no matter what. So, that's the environment that I grew up in.
Yeah, my parents were like, well, eventually you're gonna have to speak up for yourself because we're always not gonna be here, so you're gonna have to learn or not. And talk to the people outside like you talk to your family. So
true.
So that's how it usually works.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to get the person who actually came up with this to come up on stage. So, yeah. But do you think you're a lot stronger about yourself now than you were when you were little, or is it about?
I do. And I feel like I'm stronger now anyway. Like, I don't know. I feel like I've always been strong, but I'm just like a better strong instead of a like competitive strong. I am like a more mature strong.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, with age comes maturity.
Yeah, it definitely does. It definitely comes in age, but I don't think no matter what age you are, some things can always trigger that little person inside of you and make you want to turn back sometimes. So you kind of have to quiet your inner little person, little self, because sometimes if those wounds that you create that were created when you little, if they not healed, eventually they come back as an adult, and they come back worse when you're an adult than when you were a kid.
Mm.
So it depends on how you feel in the moment.
Yeah.
I don't know why he won't just click the link.
Maybe he doesn't know they click on the link.
He's in the chat. I told him just
Uh,
click the link. That's exactly me. Yeah.
do I have to leave for him to click on the link?
No, because actually 10 people can be on the screen at one time.
Oh, okay.
He just actually. So, if any, so if you could give anybody advice about knowing their self worth, what would you tell them?
Let me think. I guess it just you have to know who you want to be. I mean, I know that everybody is not religious, but I'm religious, so I believe in the person that God wants me to be is the person I'm going to be. But whatever you believe, you do you.
That is true. But I think you also have to know that you don't have to please everyone. And no one's perfect, so no one can tell you if you're doing something right or wrong when it comes to your life.
Mm.
Because actually, until they walk in your shoes, they might not have experienced anything that you've been through. So if they can't relate to you, sometimes they're not the best people to give you
Mm.
advice if they can't relate to you.
True.
So you kind of have to find a group that you relate to, and then sometimes you can't always depend on people's advice either, because sometimes not every person in your life wants you to succeed. It's just not that way. They don't want you to exceed because somehow they feel as though they're either in some sort of competition with you or they're entitled to something that you work for.
Yeah.
Because who knows? Like, if you became, I don't know, if you became successful and everybody knew your name, the people that never thought you were going to be successful, they're going to be the first one that says, I knew her when we were little and we used to be friends.
And
And I'm
I'm gonna
like,
be
where
the
you
first
came
one
from?
to
Because I
say,
don't think we were friends. Like,
yeah.
I'm just
And
going to be
I'll
honest.
be the one to say you should have been nice to me when you knew me. So see ya.
Exactly. Like, you should have been nice to me when you knew me. And half of the
Yeah.
time, they don't even know why they weren't nice to you. They don't even know.
Yeah, no, I had a girl that didn't like me because her name was Whitney and my name was Whitney. I'm like, that is the stupidest reason I ever heard.
So y'all had the same name, so she didn't like it.
Yeah. She goes, what you want me to do? What you want me to do? Change my name? Like,
Mm. I'm not changing. Like I wouldn't want to change my name, but now that I think about it, I did want to change my name when I was younger. It's
Yeah,
not because I didn't like my name. It was because everybody I knew, everywhere I went, there was a Jasmine, and it
yeah.
annoyed me.
That's how I felt. Like every class, literally in middle school, we had four other Whitneys. Like four other Whitneys. I'm like, why?
Who knows?
I wanted an uncommon name. Like, give me an African name or something. Like, something
Like
nobody can pronounce.
I definitely uncommon name, sure, but when I was in middle school, there was like 5 Jasmines. When I was in elementary school, there was like 6. And then by the time I got to my senior year in high school, in my graduating class alone, there were 12 of us. 12.
Oh, goodness.
And I'm like,
And then
really?
people still got my name wrong. It was like, I was called Brittany, Ashley, Tiffany.
Like, I don't.
I can understand Brittany, because Brittany do sound like Whitney. But where in the world do you get Ashley and Tiffany?
I don't know. But I don't know. But everybody made assumptions about my name. Like they call me princesses from just Aladdin, and like my name didn't even come from Aladdin. That's not where, because Aladdin came out way before I was born. No.
Yeah.
So,
I wish I called you. Someone might be called princess.
I don't mind it now that I'm older. Like I definitely didn't mind it when I was younger. I used to think I was royalty. So.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I have no idea Honey Lemon Tree, but you know, they really did call me Ashley for the longest time. I'm like,
Maybe you know how some people say that you look like a certain name, which I don't know how people ever get that together, but
yeah.
people say you look like a certain name, so maybe they thought you looked like an Ashley. I don't know. I don't know how a person ever looks like a name, but I've always heard anybody that's ever called me anything other than my name, they say, "Well, you look like a." Like there's this, I have this one friend. She's been calling me Tatiana my whole life. She knows my name, and when we were little, she was like a year or two younger than me. And one, she thought I was a doll. I don't know why, because I guess I was so small. She thought I was a doll, and she called me Tatiana, and she still calls me Tatiana to this day. She's the only one that can call me that. But
I have a friend named Tatiana.
Yeah, I have a friend named Tatiana too. Taylor says I wanted to change my middle name. I wanted to change my middle name to my first name. There was, see, my middle name is common too, so there would have been a lot of those. So even if I would have decided to change my middle name to my first name, then everybody would get me confused with my grandmother because my middle name is my grandmother's name. So it still would have been confusing.
I don't know if my middle name is common. I know when I was younger, I didn't like it.
Your middle name was common like years ago. It's not as common now. There's shorter versions of your middle name that are actually common now, but your actual middle name that says your name is not common anymore. It's definitely not common.
Yeah.
So for some,
I might do it live on my personal channel, but I just don't know what I'm gonna do yet.
I think you'll figure it out, but I guess, I don't know. I think going live and talking to people
Yeah.
is
Well, I
a
don't
lot
have that many
easier.
subscribers yet. Like, I don't have that many views and subscribers to really interact with. So,
You just have to keep working at it. And
mhm.
just because some people, like everybody's not going to like your content, it's not going to
Yeah,
be for everyone. It's just not.
yeah,
But as
no,
long as people see your personality, more people is actually going to fall in love with your personality and come to your channel for your personality. Then 9 times out of 10, they're going to come for your content, at least in the beginning.
yeah.
I've been doing this for a very long time, and
Mm-hmm.
so it's just you're gonna have to get used to talking to people, and that's gonna be hard, I guess, especially if you don't tend to talk to people.
Jasmine, can you put my link in the thing? Somebody asked for a link to my channel.
Uh,
I have no idea how to do that. Hey,
Actually, you can't do it anyway. But
um,
you can't. So let me. I don't know who asked for it, but let me see if I can find it first. But definitely, I'll drop it in 1 second, honey. Lemon tea. I actually have to find your channel.
yeah. It's my personal channel. The one I want now, the
Yes,
Life Fulfill.
I know it's your personal channel. I just have to like find it. But it's definitely, I don't know. As I get older, people's impressions don't matter. But I think your first impression sticks in everybody's mind.
Yeah.
I don't know if people really can come back from a second impression.
I think so. Like, I'm the type of person that's like everybody deserves a second chance. You know, because some people can change. Like, I knew some people that were like, I don't want to call them horrible, but they were mean. And then, like, you know, as they grew up and matured, now they're like, okay. So,
Mm-hmm.
it just depends.
It definitely depends on what you feel. And I figured out a way. Yeah, but it definitely depends on how you want. And only you can change you. You don't have the power to change other people. So you have to stand in your own truth about that. Because you might want somebody to change and you might help them change, or they could only change for a second, but the only person you can change is yourself. And technically, you don't have to please anybody as long as you're pleasing yourself.
Yeah.
But you have to be able to stand in that, to be like, okay, well, maybe this person doesn't agree with me, but what people think of me don't define me. So that's having to stand in your own self worth, knowing that people shouldn't have to validate you most of the people shouldn't have to validate you for you to feel good about yourself, because technically you can validate yourself. You can
Yeah.
send yourself flowers, thank you cards, or
Mm-hmm.
all that other
Look
stuff.
yourself in the mirror, take yourself, you look beautiful, and keep it moving.
You got to give yourself your own affirmations and all that fun
Mm-hmm.
stuff. hmm I I send myself stuff all the time and pretend like I didn't send it to myself.
Yeah.
Like I
See, I'm
will.
broke, so I make myself stuff. Because I'm broke.
Well, I make myself stuff too, but sometimes it's nice to like send yourself a little edible arrangement
Yeah.
or.
Oh, I love the olive range, especially the chocolate covered strawberries.
Yeah, I don't
So
like chocolate.
I know you don't. You're weird. Like,
I am not. I am not weird. I just don't like chocolate. There's probably a whole lot of people in the chat that don't like chocolate.
And all of them are weird. All of y'all.
Okay. Question for the chat. Since Whitney thinks I'm weird, how many people in the chat actually like chocolate? I really want to know.
And I'm still gonna say that all of y'all are weird.
Well, besides her saying it, I still want to know.
Weirdness.
I still want to know how many people in the chat actually likes chocolate.
See, we can all embrace our weirdness together. We are all weird.
Taylor, hold on. Taylor says, sending yourself flowers is creepy, LOL.
The heck?
Taylor, honestly, I don't think sending. Well, Taylor, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one because I will send myself flowers anytime I feel like, and I don't feel creeped out about it.
You said that's not creepy. That what's creepy is when a man send you flowers and you don't even know who he is. Like he just out of the blue send you flowers and you're like, wait a minute, who is this guy?
Well, if people send me flowers, one, the only thing you can think about is like, do they actually know you, or are they trying to be, or is they your secret admirer? Then that's when you got to think about it. But sending yourself flowers, look, I can plan for myself, create a whole spa day, and call it a day.
See, Honey Lemon Tree said that she liked chocolate, so we're in this together.
Eat to Live Strong says, she likes chocolate. White chocolate, to be more specific.
Yeah, white chocolate is nasty, but okay.
And then Living Better with Style said, she brought herself flowers before.
I never brought myself flowers. See, the only thing with flowers is that some flowers I think I'm allergic to because I notice when I smell flowers in the store, they make me sneeze. So, I don't know what flowers I'm allergic to, which was a lot.
I'm allergic to certain things, but not necessarily. I'm not allergic to flowers. Like if there's too much pollen on it, the pollen from it. But like once that's cleaned off, I'm good. But
well, it might have been the pollen, because I know I got real bad allergies.
Yeah, most of the time it comes from the pollen on them. Especially if like you go to a flower shop, most of the time the pollen is off of the flower. So if you still sneezing when you walk in the flower shop, then there's more likely that you're allergic to that. But if somebody wants to buy me something sweet, might it be carrot cake or something?
I think if any guy on here wants to send me something, I'm gonna tell you what I like right now. I like Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is my favorite restaurant. And I like the nuggets and the fries. I don't want no chicken sandwich. Don't give me the chicken sandwich. Nuggets or fries.
But what's the difference between the nuggets and the chicken sandwich? It's just small
difference. It is a real difference.
Wait a minute. Hold on. We got off topic, but I really need to know. We got off topic, but now I need to know. What's the difference between
the nuggets taste better than the chicken sandwich?
Like it's made from the same chicken. It's just cut up chicken.
Better.
Oh my goodness, it's cut up chicken.
See, you can like good chicken with no skin, and I can like my chicken nugget and not the chicken sandwich. Yeah, so there we go.
Yeah, I don't actually eat chicken anymore.
Oh, you don't eat it all?
No. I thought you knew that.
That's so weird.
I've been a vegetarian for like almost
when did you become a vegetarian?
Like 3 years ago.
Where was I at? I don't remember this.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You might don't remember it now, but we had the whole conversation about. Because remember, you had one party at your house where I told you I didn't eat pork, and we had a whole debate on why I gave up pork and beef, and I was only eating chicken and turkey. And then after that, like maybe like 6 months later, I went completely vegetarian, and then you was like, "You crazy? Like, how could you give up meat? Chicken is like the best thing in the
Well,
world."
you are crazy, but you know, that's a different story entirely. Like,
Um, but no.
oh, Honey Lemon Tree loves the chicken sandwiches.
Yeah,
Apparently.
I know what Chick-fil-A tastes like. So when I did eat Chick-fil-A, I don't notice a difference between the chicken sandwich and chicken nuggets. Like
It's
everybody knows there's a
definitely.
difference between grilled and fried, but
Now, I never had the grill, so I can't speak on the grill.
there's a definitely difference because it's grilled and it actually tastes good. But
That's what I heard. I heard that it tastes good. I might get it one day and put it in a salad because I do like grilled chicken in my salad.
yeah. No. So, if somebody was actually trying to impress you, let's say they made a bad impression on you and they were trying to impress you, what would, if they could bring you a dinner and a dessert, what would it be?
Let me see. You know, I'm not picky with food, as you know. Like, I almost eat almost anything. But, I don't know what I would like to impress me. Because it's like, if you already gave me a bad impression, it's more so of your actions speak louder than words. So, like, I would have to see how you treat me through your actions more so than you buying me something.
Of course. But if they, of course, I understand that. But if
Mm-hmm.
they started off with buying you like a meal, what kind of meal would impress you? Like I know
Mm-hmm.
their actions is gonna tell if they actually gonna get a second chance. But if you could base somebody's impression off of the meal that they could get you to try to get to know you or whatever, what would it be?
I'm gonna still have to say Chick-fil-A. What?
I thought it would be like something like fancy. Like if somebody was trying to
Yeah,
impress.
but I'm not really into. I'm not saying I won't eat anything fancy because I will. Like when I go on cruises, I do, of course. But like, I just, cause I don't like everybody's cooking. Like I have people cook for me, and they can't cook. So it's like I would rather somebody not cook for me. Cause I like my food to taste a certain way. But like if you are going to like do a meal for me, I'm ready to buy it from somewhere that I already had it from. So I don't know, like I still say Chick-fil-A.
I think if somebody was going to impress me with a meal, if they made a bad impression on me, best meal you could impress me with is lasagna,
Hmm.
Caesar salad, and garlic bread.
Well,
Now,
no, if Caesar salad's good, like nobody can mess up Caesar salad. If they
oh
mess up
yes, they
Caesar
can.
salad,
Yes, they can.
like
Yes, they can.
really,
Yes. You can
like
mess
all
up
it
a
is is lettuce.
no.
What?
Caesar salad is all about the dressing. So if your Caesar salad dressing is not good, you can ruin the whole salad. That's just like
You can buy dressing.
no. But if somebody's going to go through the time, you can actually mess it up.
Well, I
Taylor
don't want
says,
nobody to make me no salad dressing.
And all Caesar salad dressings in the store don't taste the same either. So if they pick up the wrong brand, that still could destroy
I
the
still use ranch. Like even when I eat a Caesar salad, I still use ranch.
Then it's not a Caesar salad.
No. The only Caesar dressing that I like is Panera Bread. Panera Bread Caesar dressing is good.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Taylor said, "Bring me steak and baked potatoes and a chocolate dessert."
That's not good.
Just give me the baked potato. I don't like steak. Never have. Steak
You
is
don't like anything good. Like, what do you like? Like,
we all have different tastes, but steak ain't it. And I never even liked steak as a kid, so steak is a no. But the baked potato, and y'all can forget the little chocolate dessert. So
yeah.
if you're gonna
See
give
what
me
I
a
mean,
dessert,
people?
gotta be carrot
See,
cake.
now the people see what I mean when your eating habit, and it's so weird. This is weird.
They're only weird to you because you eat everything. But most of in my collection of friends, let's see. Eat to Live Strong understands my eating habit because she's a vegan. So she understands. My siblings,
Okay,
they
well, she
understand.
weird like
They know.
you.
They understand because they're just used to me eating what I want to eat. And everybody else doesn't really care because
So I can't do
they
vegan.
know they can't go wrong with pasta unless.
Oh.
Now, if you can't make a good pasta, then what?
I'm
Then
just gonna buy you something, and I ain't even gonna try to cook for you. You don't even know about you. Like, you get raw food for the store?
So that means I would have to cook for myself. See, I'm strong enough in my cooking abilities to know that I would have to cook for myself. I know 9 times out of 10, if there's a party or something, I eat before I go to the party, so I don't have this issue when it comes to other people. So I'm already used to that. So I'm strong in that ability when it comes to my own self. Where I know 9 times out of 10, somebody gonna say, "Well, you know, nobody's here vegetarian but you." So half the time, I eat before I go to parties.
The
Not my
only thing
favorite
I can
thing to
probably
do, but
make you is spaghetti. Cause that's the only thing I do not put meat in is my spaghetti. So that's
see, now
one that
that's odd. I don't eat plain spaghetti with no sauce. There has to at least be a meat
no, it's
alternative.
soft, but it's no meat.
No, I would have to have spaghetti with some meat alternative in it. Yeah, I don't like plain. Well, there has to be some kind of vegetables in the tomato sauce or something. I don't.
Yeah, I put like onions, I think tomatoes.
But
Like
I be
not
calling
like
it plain
whole
pasta and sauce.
tomato.
So I'm definitely confident in that whole idea of knowing people are not going to cook for me.
Well, you already know when I have my wedding, you gotta cook for yourself. Right.
You wanted it. Wait a minute. We're gonna get back to your wedding, but honey, lemon tea said I used to be vegetarian, then vegan. Now I eat chicken. Beef smells funny though.
I
So
love beef.
honey lemon tea, I agree with you on the beef. Now, when I was younger, chicken used to be my favorite food. Let's see. And you feel the same way about
Honey
seafood that
lemon
you
tea
love
is making me want tea. Like every time I see her name, it's making me want to make some lemon tea.
Yeah, everybody has interesting names when it comes to their
Yeah.
YouTube channel, and I think everybody's name subscribe plays into their personality.
Yeah. See, I picked my name because I'm in a wheelchair. So there we
And
go.
I wasn't thinking creatively when I came up with my channel name. I wasn't thinking creatively because I knew my channel was going to be based off of my life and things that I like to do. So why not just know my name?
That's what like originally my channel was gonna be more of like showing people how like some places are not accessible for wheelchairs. But then with this coronavirus and me not going anywhere, I had to switch base and do something else.
But you
So
still could do a day in a life at home. Like
yeah, that's
show
true.
how your house is adapted to you, because I think people would be interested in seeing that. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna do that one day. I'm waiting for more subscribers though. Like right now, I only got 6 subscribers, but I'm hoping that now I'm doing more videos, I'll get more subscribers, and then I think once I get to, I'm gonna say like 100, I'm gonna do a tour of my house.
the only way that's gonna happen is if you keep, like, you consistently have to put out content, like come up
I'm
with
doing a
some.
video once a week because I figured out with the YouTube like studio thing, you can like do videos in advance and have them scheduled. So I have scheduled all the way up to September right now.
Okay, well that's good at least.
Mm-hmm.
If you do it once a week, at least be consistent with the day that you do it, so everybody will know. Um, Living Better says, I love shrimp, crab legs, lobster, baked potatoes, and salad. Meet me at Red Lobster. Mm-hmm. See, that's a good one. But Red Lobster has good biscuits, though. Their biscuits are amazing. Their biscuits are absolutely amazing. So I definitely would agree with that. And I don't know what happened to my friend that was supposed to come up here. At one point, he said he couldn't find the link because he said he had something to say. He couldn't find the link. I dropped the link in the chat, and then I sent it to his phone. And I don't know what actually happened to him. So I don't know. So
Is
hopefully,
he good with technology? Because sometimes some people just don't know technology.
as far as I know, but I actually sent the link to his phone, so all he had to do was click on it.
Oh.
So I don't know, and he hasn't responded to my text message. I told him to click the link, so I don't know what that is actually about. Taylor says, love me some fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and peach cobbler.
I
Hold
do
on,
love fried chicken and mashed potatoes. I'm with you, Taylor. See, me and Taylor would make a good group of friends. You know, I love Mr. Fried Chicken.
but you should, Whitney, you should know who Taylor
Well,
is.
I know of her because she said she went to Delaware with us, but I just can't picture her. Like, I can't picture what she looked like.
Yeah, but that's definitely it. But I think if we all, I'm trying to think of like all of us that's on here now, like if we all saw each other in person, what kind of conversation would we actually have? Like we all had conversations, we all talk on the phone for the most part. But I'm
Mm.
trying to figure out what our conversations change if we were in person. I've
I
always
don't know,
wondered.
maybe do a YouTube live on that. Just have 10 people on YouTube. Just have a conversation.
Yeah, I would wonder like how would this actually be, because I'm like each week I pick a topic and y'all always get in on the topic or somebody calling me telling me what the topic is or whatever. But I wonder like if we just had like a live to where 10 people actually came up, what would the conversation actually
I
turn out
might
to be?
do that one day. I just gave myself an idea.
Like, cause I've always wondered. Like, I talk to pretty much everybody on here. Like, we actually have phone conversations. So I would always be curious if, like, we all met in person, would our conversations be the same if we were in person and not just talking on the phone?
Why don't we do that Friday? Like we all get on my channel and just talk. That seems so fun.
So that would be interesting. Because I feel like everybody's personality. Yeah, usually when I have like random things, honey lemon teas, right? When we have like random conversations where it's just you put out the title saying talk about anything you want. Somehow, everybody, at least on the channels that I've been on, we all come to a food discussion. Because I remember one day we were on Eat to Live Strong Live and we had a whole hour conversation about cake. And I'm like, how did we get to food? But we literally had a whole hour conversation about cake. Like,
And
that's
I'm
the thing
okay
about
with
going
that.
live. I feel like you come into it with a topic and you know what you want to talk about, but then once you have the topic and y'all done talked about the topic, then somehow the topic breaks off into something else, which I think is more
See,
organic that way. But I agree with honey lemon tea that it would be food because usually that's the most topics that pop out is food.
and I'm okay with that. I can talk about any type of food. Just give me a food. I can have a whole conversation to myself about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely think so. Like, I would think that everybody would talk about food, but I would think so because I think food is the one thing. Yes, that was a fun live because we all end up singing, which made it more interesting. Like people were just throwing out random songs,
That's funny.
and we
I
all
don't
ended up
mind
singing.
singing either because I love karaoke.
Yeah, a karaoke thing would be interesting. I definitely don't.
See, I don't know how we would do it on YouTube though, because you know the copyright and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, I definitely know that. But most people I've seen, they've done things like acapella or whatever. That's usually when it comes to music or something. Like I had the music in my ear because I almost took like when I came live, I had the music in my ear and I almost took it out by accident, but it was still in my ear. But yeah, definitely, it's definitely a thing. But there would definitely be a lot of food conversations if we were all in person because we all live in different places. Like I know, even though Taylor used to live here, I know if we came to Texas, she would want us to try barbecue of some sort.
Oh wait, Taylor, you live in Texas?
Yeah, she lives in Texas now. She would
My
want us to
dad
try.
talked about moving there to Texas.
Yeah, Taylor would want us to try barbecue.
And I'll be right there with you, Taylor.
She would want us to come to Texas and try barbecue. Eat to live strong. You got a whole garden in your backyard, so I don't even know what you would make us. Even though I'm still waiting on my carrot cake, but I know you got things going on, so I'm gonna get my carrot cake recipe eventually.
I
But
love carrot cake too.
Eat to live strong got a whole garden, so she might just throw us a whole garden party if we went to Georgia, since she got a whole garden in her backyard. And living better, you might just be taking us all to Red Lobster since that's your favorite.
Yeah.
And honey lemon tea, I don't actually remember where you live, so I'm pretty sure you will be taking us wherever you want to take us or cook or something. But I think if everybody came here and we were all in Maryland, there would have to be some, especially in a summer thing, there would have to be some sort of seafood involved because of
Crabs.
the whole
I love
crab season.
crabs.
Mm. So yeah, Taylor says she moved to Texas in 2005. Living Better says yes to the Red Lobster. Honey Lemon Tea says I live in Washington State. Actually, I don't know what Washington is known for.
Yeah.
So whatever you would want us to see about Washington food, I'm pretty sure you would.
Mm-hmm.
But I
And
think
I just figured out there was two Washington like a year ago because who knew there was two
wait a
Washington?
minute. You just figured out there was two Washington.
I did not pay attention in geography class. I could not help it if geography is boring. Like, who cares where everything is?
But if you don't know your geography, how do you think if you got lost, how do you think you would get home?
Google.
But still,
That's
what
what
if
Google
Google didn't
Maps
know?
is for. That's what the phone is for, the GPS and Google.
Okay, so if you were stranded somewhere and
Uh-huh.
Google died and your phone died and there was no sort of GPS, if you don't know your geography, how you gonna get home?
I just wouldn't get home unless I got a GPS.
But there's a such thing as a map. You at least need to know how to read a map.
I don't read the map. Who reads the map? Like, really, Jasmine, who reads the map?
You have to be able to read a map to know how to get home. So if you have
Nobody
no phone,
reads maps, Lou. They don't even teach it in school anymore. Like, nobody reads maps.
well, that was the whole point of geography for people to learn. Because if your phone dies and you have no cell phone,
The only thing we did in geography was literally talk about the people that lived there, and I was like, what's the point if we're not going to go there?
oh jeez. Honey Lemon Tea says they really like coffee here. I don't know though. I'm not sure what type of foods are popular is known in that state. Well, coffee always is good, even though I'm not a big fan of coffee, but I do like Starbucks. And there's
I
pretty much
might
a
think
Starbucks
about it.
everywhere, so I would be good down for a little coffee and tea outing
Yeah.
with friends.
I like Dunkin' Donuts. I love their pistachio almond fudge. And they used to have fudge brownie, which is really good. Right now, I get the mocha because they don't have either the other ones anymore because they was like, seasonal flavored, I guess. But I missed the fudge brownie. That was my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't had a brownie in a very long time. But I think if I'm gonna make brownies to where I'm actually gonna eat some chocolate, there would have to be peanut butter. There would have to be a peanut butter swirl in the brownie, like this.
I never had peanut butter and brownies.
Oh, peanut butter. Like if you're gonna make me eat chocolate, there has to be some sort of peanut butter involved. Peanut butter and chocolate is a great combination. Even though I hate chocolate, I will eat a Reese cup.
Yeah, we know you with chocolate. You're just weird.
Mm.
It's just, I can't.
Oh yeah. So I don't know. It seems like we've talked about this topic, but now I do have a question. The question is, I am going to be doing a subscriber pick my makeup. So what that basically means is I'm going to post a video showing you all the things that you can pick. Well, there's going to be like 4 eyeshadow palettes you can pick from. And you have to pick an eyeshadow palette. You have to pick even the makeup design that I do. So y'all are gonna have to vote for that very soon when I post the video. So does anybody have anything new coming out that I should know about that I don't already know? Because I know everybody has content coming left and right, and I try to keep up with everybody's content, but sometimes it can be hard. So if anybody has content or something they would like to share, I'll drop the link in the chat.
Monday's video is Monday at 4 o'clock.
Okay. I'll put that on my calendar. So I'll drop the link if there's something that somebody wants to come up and share. Whether it's been about, it could be about anything at this point, because I feel like we've talked about the topic, and the person who came up with this topic, I actually can't get him in the live. He was actually in the live. He was actually typing in the live, but he did not share his opinion.
Maybe he didn't want to. I don't know.
No, but he called me earlier and was like, "I'm coming on the live."
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. So I did drop the link for that. Taylor says try peanut butter blondie. I've had blondies before, but I don't think I've actually had a peanut butter version.
I like the brownie cheesecake. It's like a cheesecake and ready. Only got one of the cupcake version, so it's a chocolate cupcake and a cheesecake.
It's called a black bottom.
Oh.
Those are actually, the great cookie has like the black bottom cupcakes in there, like
I love the great cookie.
It's chocolate and it has a little cream cheese filling. Yeah, it's called a black bottom, and they also have black bottom cookies.
I like their snickerdoodles.
But snickerdoodle. See, I don't even buy snickerdoodles because snickerdoodles are so easy to make.
Yeah, but I just don't feel like making them. Like, do you not know how lazy I am? Like, you should know this.
I do, but that doesn't mean the chat knows that you're lazy. I'm not just gonna call you out in public like that. Would be right. I'm not gonna call you out in public. I'm like, she's lazy when it comes to. No.
Okay, chat. Everybody in the chat, I am lazy. And I'm okay with it.
Okay, well, you heard it here first. She said she's lazy and she okay with it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't gonna call her out in public like that. So she called herself out. So,
see, this is what you get when you come to my channel. Cause I'm crazy. And I just blur stuff out. Like, I'm okay with it. I'm lazy.
yeah, I don't I don't even know what that's like.
Like,
I don't know.
Sometimes I do work and then sometimes I don't. Like today I was supposed to wash clothes, but it didn't get done. So guess what? Oh well.
Yeah, I'm always doing something. And as we
I'm always doing nothing.
And as we speak, as we sit in here, I actually have a video rendering in the background as we speak. So I'm always doing something. Like, I don't know. I guess it's just my nature to always be doing something. Like I need something to occupy.
Why can't say I do nothing? I do watch TV. Like I always have my TV on, even if I'm not really watching it, because I just need the noise.
Yeah.
Like, I hate being in a quiet room. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but
I don't like being in the quiet either. But sometimes TV do not occupy me, especially summertime TV, because there's really nothing on in the summer.
Well, I got all these. Right now, I got Disney Plus, so I've been watching Disney Plus. So I've just been going in order, like different movies and TV shows. So that's what I've been doing.
I've been watching Disney Plus, and the other thing I'm watching right now is Big Brother. That is like my all-time favorite summer TV show.
I don't like Big Brother.
Oh my goodness!
I don't.
I love Big Brother.
I love Survivor.
No.
I
No
do.
to
I
the
love
survivor.
Survivor.
Just no to the survivor at all. Like,
I
why
love
would y'all want to be
it.
stranded on an island?
Yeah, but I just like watching everybody else shred it out. And like, I know I wouldn't do it, but it's fun to watch everybody else.
I'm always afraid something's gonna happen to them people. No.
That's the fun part. Like,
No, watching people be afraid and go, that's not fun for
okay,
me.
that is exactly the part that is good. Like,
No,
seeing them afraid and get into trouble and all that. Like,
nope.
that is the best part.
No, Survivor is a no.
It's just like watching videos of people falling down the steps. Like, it's funny.
No, it is not. No, it is not. Guys, please disregard that. Don't listen to that. I'm so sorry for her at the moment, but that is not fun.
It's fun for me. I don't know about y'all. It's fun for me.
Watching people do things that are terrifying is
Yes.
not. No. No.
Yes.
I don't want to see anybody do no
It's
stunts.
like
I don't want.
watching videos of people on like the roller coaster and their
No.
face looks so
Okay.
funny.
Lemon tea has all these smile emojis. I don't know.
Like, you ever seen a roller coaster video that they look so terrified?
See, I don't do roller coasters, so I sympathize with the people on the roller coasters. I'm sorry. I'm sympathizing with the people on the roller coasters because I'm terrified of heights, and I don't want to. I don't want nobody taking no video of me being terrified. Like, I'm sorry. Like, just no.
I love it. It's so funny.
I will definitely be standing in that truth because I'm not watching. I don't want to see nobody being terrified because I don't
Well,
want
I'll
nobody.
watch it for you.
You already watched it for me, so go ahead. But I'm not
It's
staying
funny.
there. I'm not staying there being terrified or watching somebody be
I
terrified.
love
That's
gold, and I
to me,
love
that's
like
just rude.
now the new trend is the Karen videos. I
The who?
love They are so hilarious.
The what videos?
They call them Karen videos. So apparently, a Karen is a woman or a man that like is so like entitled, and they always like try to call the manager on you for stuff that basically is their fault. Like this one woman, she wasn't wearing a mask, and like the store told her, we can't serve you without a mask. And like she just went off. Like it was so crazy. But it's so funny at the same time because she's like a grown woman. Like, come on now. You're a grown woman. Act like a grown woman.
Yeah, I wouldn't find that entertaining. I would just find that completely out of sorts. Like, I don't enjoy people acting out of their character. So, like, no.
I never heard of the Keisha Cole.
Well, when Keisha Cole first came out years ago, she had one reality show that was based on her family. Then, like a couple months ago, when she had her baby, she got another reality show showing her new life with her new child and all that. So Keisha Cole, but she's
It's been a
definitely,
long time since I listened to her music.
well, she hasn't put out anything out in a while, so that's probably why she hasn't put out anything in a while. So I definitely understand that.
I think the other reality shows I watched were like the dancing ones, like So You Think You Can Dance, Dancing with the Stars.
Yes, I'm so happy that Dancing with the Stars is about to come back.
I know. I heard that they got rid of the host though. Like Tyra Banks is gonna be the host.
Yeah, she's the first female host. She's the first solo host, and she's the first African American host of Dance with the Stars.
Oh.
Tom Bergeron is gone. I don't know why he left, but he is gone. And she's the new executive producer.
Oh,
And
wow.
mm-hmm.
But see, like the only thing with Dancing with the Stars is that I kind of wish they would get new judges. I mean, like, you know how the same judges been on there for the longest time, you know?
But
Like,
I
I
like
think
that they're
it's time.
consistent, though. I like that they're consistent with their judges because most shows you don't see that they're consistent with their judges, like, and that can kind of be annoying, especially when you get used to judges. Like America's Got Talent have changed judges so much. I'm just like,
Oh, I never even got into watching that.
yeah, America's Got Talent changed judges. My favorite talk show is The Real, and that's about to come back on, and I'm so excited about
I
that.
used to watch The View.
I definitely never got into The View.
I don't watch it anymore. I really don't watch regular TV anymore. Like, all I watch is like Netflix or stuff like that.
I definitely still watch TV. There's a whole lot of things I still watch, but most of the shows that I watch have been gone off for the season. Like Grey's Anatomy, that is like my favorite show. Grey's Anatomy. And then there's another one called The Good Doctor. I love that show because I find it fascinating that he has autism, and I think that's wonderful that he's actually being a doctor working on people. So that show is just amazing to me.
I started watching, like, I watched the first episode, but then I got mad at the way that he was being treated. So then it made me not want to watch it, because I was like, they treat him so badly.
But the fact that TV even came up with that, or whoever was the creator, I think they were a genius for that, because you don't actually see most people with any sort of disability on TV,
Yeah,
unless
that's
some sort
true.
of reality show.
Oh, they need more people in a wheelchair. Like, everybody that played the wheelchair character is not really in a wheelchair. I think the only one.
I think the only time was the show that used to come on called Speechless. I think he was actually in a wheelchair.
He was. That's what I'm about to say. Yeah, he's like the only one. But then I got mad because they didn't have him talk. Like, just because you're in a wheelchair don't mean you can't talk.
Yeah.
So I kind
But
of
they
got
at least did show one side, because there are a few people, we know some, that are actually in wheelchairs that can't talk. So at least they did show one side. But there definitely needs to be more representation on TV.
Yeah.
I think the more we talk about it, I think that's the only way things are going to change. The more you talk about something of what you want to see, somebody's out there listening enough to be like, I want to see this represented too.
Yeah.
And I think that was my whole reason.
I think in general, they just need more disabled in general. Because people sort of shy away from, like, the mental disabilities and the physical disabilities. But that's part of life. You got people physical disabled, mentally disabled, but it shouldn't matter. Like, we're all people.
Exactly, but you can't. But I think the only reason, I think there's not enough awareness about sort of things, but the more, like, people have to be willing to put themselves out there. Because if people are not willing and people think they're afraid to put themselves out there, then it's not going to change. Like, if I really look at YouTube and look at social media, there isn't people on social media that are in wheelchairs. At least not people that I see a lot. There's one in particular.
I need to get better with that. Like, I haven't posted video or photo of me. So I need to do better at that.
Yeah, exactly. So like if we want to be represented, the representation I feel like starts with us. Especially if we want to be represented, because if the world is not going to represent us, then we have to be representing ourselves. And Honey Lemon Tea said, I saw a show called Love on the Spectrum for people with autism. It was a nice show to see. See, I've seen that show too, and I felt like it was nicely done, but I think sometimes people want to change like what it actually is, like especially when people don't actually know. People are afraid to actually talk about that, and I think that's what we need to do. I don't know how I'm gonna arrange it, but now y'all putting things in my head. I don't know how I'm gonna arrange it, but instead of us saying that we're not being represented, because all of us have some sort of platform, whether it's social media or not. But I think, I don't know, one day next week, or it could be Friday at this point. Me, you, Taylor, you're included in this, and I might find some other people, but why don't we all just do a panel and have that discussion? Why not?
I'm okay with it.
It's not gonna hurt, so it's not gonna hurt. And if you guys know some other friends that want to be a part of it, they can.
We can do it on multiple channels. Like we can do your channel, then we can do Taylor, then mine, or whatever.
But I think that's what we need to do, because I think that's the only way a movement or plan is going to be put in action. If we actually sit down and have that conversation. But that conversation has to be as raw and real as possible. And I know it's going to take a lot for people to be vulnerable, because people don't want to be vulnerable on camera, and I understand that. But if there's really going to be some sort of change, we all really need to sit down and have that discussion.
Yeah.
Because it's 2020 now. Like,
it's like Art was talking. Like we were going, I think we went to the mall. It's surprising how many stores in the mall are so tight for wheelchairs. It's like some store I don't even go into because my wheelchair can't get in there.
Yeah. And I also think that has to do with size, because I think everything definitely needs to be wider. Yeah. But there are certain stores that I just feel like, in general, whether you're in a wheelchair or not, they're just too close together. As me, I'm the claustrophobic type, so. But I definitely think this is a conversation that needs to be had. So
it is. Like I was talking about, it is a lot that need to be changed. This is 2020. We've been living with wheelchair people for how long? Like, I don't even know. Like it's been a long time.
It's been a long time, but if you really think about it, look where. If you ever like go back in history, I'm actually going to do some more research for this for Friday. But if you actually go back in history, you weren't even allowed to be with your parents if you had a disability years ago. You were put into a facility.
Like they'll put them in like a home or something.
Yeah. You would be put into a home or whatever. So things have changed enough to where we can actually live in society, but society is still not equipped and still not adapt enough for people, I guess, to feel comfortable. So this is definitely a conversation.
I mean, because even like as far as me trying to find a job, that's was like the main reason. Like, you know, people don't want to come out and say they don't want to hire you because you're in a wheelchair. But legally,
they can't say that because that's discrimination. Yeah. So legally, they can't say that.
But that's basically why I wasn't getting hired for a lot of things. And they already had like their, I call it the token disabled person, because they have to hire at least one disabled person so they can look like they're exclusive or like
Inclusive.
inclusive. But it's like there's still the token disabled person. Like what?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I always knew from like the time I was in high school, even though I was set on being a teacher, I knew once I got my teaching degree, I wasn't going to work in a school. I knew that wasn't going to happen. I knew that I was going to want to be a homeschool tutor. So I wanted my teaching degree, but I knew I wasn't ever going to want to work in a classroom because I've already been in the classroom setting to where kids look and stare, and I wanted to do little kids, but it doesn't matter. I've always knew that I wanted to work for myself. Now my career has changed from being a teacher to, I guess, fashion and design and all that stuff. But I always knew I was never going to be the type to want to work for someone because I never wanted to be judged, and I already knew that we lived in a judgmental world. So I kind of made it up in my mind I was going to work for myself.
Yeah, I wanted to work for myself only because I knew people could fire me at any moment. Just like my other job, I literally got fired because I taught differently. And I'm like, what? Yeah, so. Because it was like a customer service job, so I would just answer phones for the infomercials. But because I talk differently, people kept saying that they couldn't understand me. But I'm like, I don't know why you can't understand me, because I'm talking the way I normally talk. Like, so
But I
I
knew
ended up
it
getting
was
fired.
yeah. So it's definitely a discussion that we need to have and come up with some other stuff. And y'all know I'm gonna be working on this for the rest of the week. Yeah. I like to be prepared. Elaine, oh, and Taylor, you said what's the discussion? The discussion is going to be me, you, and Whitney, and whoever else wants to be a part of it, because I know some other people. I don't know if they're actually going to get on camera, but we're all three of us going to have a panel discussion. You do not have to show your face if you choose not to, but if you want to, you can. You're going to. We're just going to have an open discussion about what changes we want to see in the world when it comes to people with all different types of disabilities. And that's going to be a discussion. And the panel is going to be open for anyone, even the ones that don't have disabilities. It's not just closed off to us. But I feel as though it's necessary to have this conversation. And why not? If I'm going to have a platform, I feel like there's going to be conversations that need to be had that are not being had. I'm not just going to have a platform and not talk about issues. Like, I know it's not going to be alive for everyone, but that ain't the point. The point is you got to talk about things that make people uncomfortable, especially if you want to see change.
Yeah.
And it's 2020, and it's about time.
You gotta give me a video schedule, because I want to do one too. But I want to do like a video the same time you doing a video, so we gotta like,
Well, my video schedule is always posted on my about section. So basically, I try to put a video if I don't go live, because technically at first my live schedule was Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, but I've kind of shied away from lives in the past couple of weeks because I've been trying to put out more content. So, but basically, I put out a video every day at 6 p.m. if I don't go live.
Okay.
And the only reason Wisdom Wednesday became alive is because it just was it was better to have a discussion than going back and reading people's comments and replying. And everybody was doing good in the comment section, but it still makes a difference. I think it's better when everybody shares their opinion. So sometimes this will be live, sometimes it'll be pre-recorded. But honestly, I've been recording so much, I just don't. This week I was like, if I take a break from recording.
Okay. Yes, I got a lot of recorded already, so I might do it live one of these Fridays. I'll let you know when.
Okay, Taylor says, I used to do the kids club at Michael's. It didn't last long because of my hands. Actually, I didn't even know Michael's had a kids club.
Me neither.
Because technically, when I go to Michael's, I'm only going for yarn or fabric, so I don't actually stay there long enough to find out.
I always wanted to do I wanted to go to Michael's to learn how to do jewelry, but at the same time, I was like, I don't know. I think that was just a phase because now I don't even want to make jewelry anymore. So.
Well, you done had a lot of phases because one day you called me talking about you was going to start making reborn dolls. I don't know where you got that from, but
I go through phases. Like,
well, I need you to pick a phase and stick to it because I be confused with the phases.
Right now.
Then you be calling me to promote stuff, and I don't even know what to promote anymore because I be like, what phases we on now? Love you dearly, but I'm like, I can't keep up with your phases. Let's just But it's definitely.
Taylor, that's it. But yeah, my hands are the same way though.
Well, I've learned to. Well, everybody can see my hands. My hands are fine. I've learned to work with them. I've even. Well, I told myself
I'm supposed to wear these. Let me see if I can show it. I'm supposed to wear these on my hands, like a hand split thing, but I don't always wear them.
See, that's another thing. If you're supposed to wear them, then you're supposed to wear them. It's not like you can avoid them.
Yeah, but I'm just used to my hands the way they are. So now when I wear them, it's harder for me to do stuff. Like, I understand what they're saying. They don't want my hands to bend anymore. But I'm used to the way they are. So, this is how they always been. I'm used to picking up stuff the way that they are. And then now you want to change them. So it's hard.
Yeah, but if they changing it, I'm pretty sure it's for a reason. And especially if once you get older, your body is definitely changing. So you don't want them to get bent too far to where it's like irreversible, I guess.
Yeah.
Taylor said I worked from 9 to 12 on Saturdays. Well, that sounds like a good schedule, but I think it's easier when you make your own schedule because you never know.
That's why, now I got back to America, I make my own schedule. Sometimes I don't even work the whole week. I just schedule some text messages because my messaging app, I can schedule messages in advance, and that's the work that I do. So it works out for me.
Well, I don't know if I really ever stop working because I'm always doing something. I've tried to limit how much that I actually do because I know I need a life outside of certain things.
Yes, you do. Yeah. Take advice from your friend. Get a life.
I have a life. Number one, it's just that there's things I'm trying to do. Hello, inspirational Ingrid July. I hope I said all that correct. and 11 likes for you. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. This is how I see it. So tonight, it'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow, I am going to put out the video, and I'm gonna just call it, I guess, we're gonna call it, I'll come up with a title. But I'm gonna leave a video to where y'all can leave your questions for Friday's Q&A, to where you technically y'all can ask me anything you want. I don't know about the rest of them, so leave questions. I guess
I'm
I
an
would
open
say
book.
leave
I'm going in my business.
I would say leave questions for the panel, and we're just all gonna get up here and talk. And if anybody else wants to be on the panel and give their perspective on the whole life with disabilities or what they see from the outside looking in, you can come up here and the panel is going to be open to everyone, and we're gonna do this at the same time I always do things, which is 6 p.m. as usual. So I'm definitely going to do that. And is there any other topic you guys think we should include? Then let me know, whether that's via my email, which is, I'll drop my business email in the chat for you. My business email, or whether that's Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. 9 times out of 10, if you got to do this during social media, I check my Instagram more than I actually check. I check my Instagram more than all my other social medias, even though I check all my social medias every day. But Instagram is the quickest way for me to see something. So.
Yeah, and then I'll be doing my live too.
So I'm definitely. I'll leave my business email for y'all to send me questions or whatever, or you can send them to me on Facebook. Ingrid and July, I'm gonna give me a second and I'll follow you on IG, because I want everybody to be able to get their questions in, and I definitely want people to feel free to ask questions or give your opinions. So I just dropped my business email in the chat. So if y'all want to send me your questions there, you can do so. And let me open. So that's what we're going to do. And then you guys can leave them in my DMs on Instagram.
Yeah. And you can follow me too on Instagram or YouTube. YouTube, because I really need more subscribers. I need more subscribers. Please follow me.
I gotta drop your link in the chat, but I'm waiting for Instagram to come up.
Okay.
But hold on. Let me see if I can actually find your channel. So, and I think we're actually So yeah, that's definitely something. Hold on. Y'all gonna
Inspirational Ingrid July is asking me, do I have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I'm
yes, I do.
I had to pause YouTube so I could find your your exact link.
Jasmine's gonna put it in the chat.
Yeah, I had to find your exact link. Well, actually, Whitney, just text me your channel. That would be faster.
Okay. Wait a minute.
That would just actually be faster.
All right. Let me see. channel.
That would just be faster, but it's
I just
definitely.
hit it.
I'll get it in a second. I think that's just Instagram.
Yeah.
People
Yeah,
want-
because I'm going to do a live too after Jasmine do her live. I'm going to do my live. We're going to get this in the multiple platforms. More platforms, more people listen.
That is true. That is.
Thank you, Honey Lemon Tea.
That is definitely the way I see it. The more people that we try and reach, you never know what can happen.
Yeah.
So,
Like, just so you know, like, right now I only got one video up. I put video up on Monday the 4th. I have some pre-scheduled. So, Monday the 4th is new videos. I'm going to do some more some other days. So we'll see.
okay, and Honey Lemon Tea is probably going off because you used the word subscribe. I'm going to have to delete that. We don't use the S word here because we are not a growth stream. But I'll delete that in a second. We don't use the S word in the chat.
Nightbot.
Nightbot is the thing that pays attention for things. I thought I turned him off, but apparently I did not. I'm going to have to go back and turn him off. But it's okay.
Also, YouTube won't let you use the word subscribe at all.
No, because it makes you look like you're a sub for a sub, and they don't like that.
Ah,
you're not allowed to use the word subscribe. Like you can say
got some weird rules.
You can say it because you're talking, but in the chat, you're not supposed to use the word subscribe, return. If you ever looked in my description box, there's a whole list of words that
I saw your description box, but I'll be honest, I never read it.
That's the whole point of the description box is for people to read it, so we don't have that issue.
Okay, well, you already know I'm not a big reader.
I know you're not a reader, but that's the whole point of the description box. So you don't, because YouTube can be picky and finicky, and we all trying
so
to.
we allowed to like ask for donation in the description box?
Sort of, you can have your Cash App in the description box.
Okay, can I call my Cash App in my description box of my videos? I was like, is that allowed? I'm like,
you can have it, but you might want to tell the people. It's okay, Honey Lemon Tea.
well, I tell the people in the videos I only have it down there because my channel is not monetized.
Well, that's usually the way to do it.
So I just tell them like I don't have a job right now, and my videos have a watermark because I can't afford the full burden. I'm broke, y'all. I'm really broke. Like people think I'm just playing. No, I'm really broke. I've been trying to build my own business. Literally, all my money is going into my business.
Alrighty then. Yeah, but Ingrid, Inspiration Ingrid in July. I just followed you on Instagram, and Whitney, let me drop your link in the chat. You just sent it to me. It didn't pop up first. That's not what I needed. Wait a minute. Copy. And I have to switch accounts so I can drop it. But yeah, that's definitely a thing.
Yeah.
And
But yeah, I'm about to start like doing other videos too. I think I'm gonna start maybe doing videos on Wednesdays too. And then
whatever you feel
maybe
comfortable with is just about, you would definitely have to get yourself comfortable with doing videos when it comes to that.
I like doing video. I just sometimes run out of ideas. Like I be wanting to do video, but then I'm like, well, I already did this one before, and I already did that before, so I don't know what to do.
Well, sometimes you can always do updated versions of stuff you already done. I do updated versions most of the time.
I might do a makeup tutorial one day. I've never done that before.
Okay, so I'm gonna drop Whitney's channel in the chat,
Mm-hmm.
and then let's see.
Should have worn makeup today.
Girl, I wouldn't put on no makeup. I put on lip gloss. That was it. That's all the makeup y'all was gonna get from me for this live.
Yeah.
All the makeup you was gonna get. But I am planning a makeup video,
Yeah.
but it won't be out till next week.
I'm thinking about it. Like I heard when you do makeup videos, like the makeup community comes after you hard.
Well, I don't know. Unless the makeup community not watching my videos, my makeup videos, I've never seen anybody in the makeup community come for me.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
I feel like I'm not that big, so they probably wouldn't even worry with me.
it's not even about people coming for you. Your content is your content. Everybody's gonna have somebody with the same content or somebody that's done the same video. That's just the way it is. But there is a space for everybody that wants to be on the platform. So you can't worry about if somebody has already done it, because they might not do it the same way you've done it. So it definitely depends on, like, as we've been talking about, you have to know your self-worth, and you can't compare yourself to other people, because there's always going to be somebody that either came up with the idea or tried it. And trust me, there's a million different ways to do makeup, because I don't even do my makeup the same way every time.
I don't either.
So it's always going to be something. There's always going to be somebody that says, well, you could do this one and you could do that. So it's definitely, you have to be, you just have to be able to create your own space and not be afraid to create your own space.
Yeah. Like that's what we do. Like I think Wednesdays would probably be like my life videos, and then Mondays are gonna be my gaming videos.
Well, whatever you decide, I'm pretty sure people will be watching, but it's just about, you just gotta do it. And it's definitely a process, and it's not something that definitely happens overnight.
Yeah.
Like I said, you just have to be willing to meet people.
Everybody can see my weird habits. And I'm okay with being weird. It's okay. Call me weird. I'm okay with that.
I don't think anybody else has called you weird, but I'm
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
So it definitely depends. But
I still got baby dolls.
yeah, yeah, I don't have none of those.
I did. I'm gonna show them a video.
I don't have none of those. But
I got the reborn dolls.
yeah, 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 I don't know.
Mm.
So
They're better than real babies. They don't cry.
we are going. Let's see who is live at the moment. Because we've been doing this for almost over 2 hours.
Yeah.
So let me see who's live.
I mean, we had a nice discussion, so.
Yes, it was nice. But I'm gonna see who's live. I'm gonna try and see if someone's live that I haven't usually rated. Okay. So drop the link day is going on. If y'all don't know what that is, drop the link day is where there's 7 YouTubers. Vern's Junk Closet was yesterday, and today is Be Amazing Sylvia. It's basically where you can get your link dropped in the chat. They go in a certain order, and you're able to connect with other people to grow your channel.
Huh.
And they do this every week. So drop the link day is still going on. So we're gonna raid Be Amazing Sylvia. And when you go over there, you have to type. Hold on, let me copy and paste her link. You have to type let me go back to the live. You have to type Jasmine Easley raid so she knows I'm the one that rated her. And then you guys might be able to find some new family members while you're over there. And she'll explain it in more detail, but that's the gist of it. They do it so they're trying to help everybody be successful.
Okay.
So that's the whole premise of it. For you to meet people that you might not normally meet.
I'm gonna see if I can find them.
So I'm dropping it now. So that's who we're gonna rate. So thank you, Honey Lemon Tea, for being here. Hello, Samantha's life. We're actually going to go over to Be Amazing Sylvia. She's doing her Drop the Link Day. So you guys can meet some new people over there. So I'm going to drop the link and that's where we're heading. But we're going to be back on Friday for a very deep discussion about people with disabilities. Me, Taylor, and Whitney, and some other people are going to be up on the panel, and we're going to just have a deep discussion. And I'm going to make a video for tomorrow, so you guys can leave your questions on that video for that discussion. So here's the link to Be Amazing Sylvia, and I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, or technically you're getting 2 videos because I'm going to make that video to where you have to leave your questions on that video, and then my regular video will be out. So there's the link to Be Amazing Sylvia. So when you go over there, you just type Jasmine Easley Raid, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for a video.
Hi, bye everybody.
Bye for now. So don't forget to type Jasmine Easley Raid over at Be Amazing Sylvia, and I'll see you guys over there in a second.